Good boy. Hello, everybody. It's Teddy Hilton's birthday. Oh, he's 11 years old, which means he's very old in dog years. My first baby. I have so much to get to, my friends. As you may see, I have me some new hair. I love it. It's much blonder and I got it cut. Thank you to Luba. Thank you to Alvin. Thank you to everybody at Wax Bar Hair Removal in Henderson. I am so happy with how it turned out. Also, for you podcast listeners, which hopefully is most of you, a programming note if you didn't already catch it on Twitter. We recorded our podcast on Monday. It was ready to go on Tuesday, ready to be uploaded and shared and consumed by you all on Wednesday morning, as per usual. Unfortunately, but this is a good thing, we have just switched podcast hosting companies. We're now with Podcast One, where most of the really big podcasters have their podcasts. Everybody from Dax Shepard is on Podcast One to Amber Rose, Spencer and Heidi, Kim Zolciak, and more. So it's great for us to be a part of that network. Unfortunately, Apple iTunes has experienced a delay and has not yet recognized the redirect, the change. So we're sitting here waiting, hoping that it comes out at least by Friday because we recorded it Monday. But, you know, it's gonna come out sooner than later. I hope, I pray. Anyways, so much to get to today. I'm gonna start off with some Big Brother drama, and boy, is there a lot of Big Brother drama. I've spoken about it before, but I haven't made a video on it yet, and I'm excited to tackle this and all of the meat there is in a video for the first time. And I'm in some drama too. And I'd love to hear your take on if people are overreacting, if I was overreacting or not. Anyways, there is this contestant on US Big Brother, the civilian version, who is getting a lot of attention. I'd say he is the villain of the season. I've been paying attention to the show. I haven't watched every episode, or I'm not obsessively consuming the live feeds, but I'm aware of everything. I've seen what he's said before and what he's done before. He's said racial things. He's done awful things. But in my opinion, what he just did crossed a line, and I am shocked that CBS has not kicked him out of the house yet. In fact, they almost seem to be covering up for him. But what I love about the American Big Brother show, which is different from the UK show, at least the one I was on, is that there are the live feeds. So the hardcore fans can watch all the time and see what's happening. And then they can share that on Twitter, on Tumblr, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Snapchat, everywhere, so that the truth can get out. Because if you don't see what happened before or after, you're not seeing the whole picture from the broadcast, which happened in the UK. In America, you can get the whole picture if you watch the live feeds. And what happened this week on the live feeds is that JC Mondieu, took advantage of another housemate. Period. Full stop. As simple as that. I don't even want to speculate or contemplate more on what the person that he was doing that towards should have done or should not have done. Tyler Crispin. He had every right to stay in that bed, Tyler did, and not be taken advantage of because he was sleeping, okay? A person cannot consent if they're not awake. As simple as that. Or even if they're in like a half awake, half asleep state. Tyler was rubbing up on him and seemingly even kissing him. If that were me and somebody was doing that towards me, I would have left. But, you know, maybe he's a deep sleeper. Maybe he felt really uncomfortable and didn't want to leave. The onus was not on him to leave. The onus was on JC not to do that. Hopefully, on the next episode, CBS will evict him. I think that's what has to happen, right? I mean, there are clear rules before you enter the house. One of them is you cannot sexually take advantage of somebody. Another one is you can't get physical or violent with somebody. And to me, that seems that it has happened. So then after that happened, I also did some digging and I found some old tweets from Tyler's just because I love the drama, okay? That's the only reason. I was just looking around, seeing what was happening. Like, I was just curious if Tyler, like, I was just trying to get into Tyler's mind. Like, if he had been in relationships with men before or not. Like, I was just curious. I wanted to know more about Tyler. So I found these old tweets of his where he repeatedly used the F word. And people were upset at me for labeling him a homophobe. Yeah, I get it. He was younger, but he's grown up in an age where everybody knows that using that word is wrong. And I get it. People are stupid and make mistakes. But I found over a handful of tweets of this guy using that word over and over and over again. And I think the response I got was the way it was because he seems to be liked by the Big Brother fans, whereas JC is not. Had I found old tweets of JC's being racist, people would have been like, he's the worst, get him out, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, he could have grown, he has grown, but I was just sharing what he had done, and those repeated examples of him using the F word, in my opinion, were homophobic. That's all. I stand by that. Okay. Speaking of scandal and drama, hopefully you guys are not familiar, but you probably are because he's been in the headlines a lot in 2018. Alex Jones of INFOWARS. I spoke about him in a video not that long ago, actually saying that I don't think he should have been kicked off a ton of social media platforms, even though I do not agree with what he says, even though he is a dangerous alt-right troll and conspiracy theorist. I think he should stay on the platforms. People should just not be able to see him when they search for certain things. Only if you subscribe or follow to him should you be able to see those things. So during a live broadcast this week, it was seen that Alex Jones had a website that was showing adult video of trans women. Often those that are the most protesting do that because of deep buried reasons, ulterior motives. But the reason that he gave for that is just ludicrous. Explaining why that website was on his phone, Alex says, it's ridiculous. I was like looking up some reporter we're trying to hire today and punched in some number and the P word popped up on my phone, adult films. Everybody has pop up on their phone hundreds of times. I probably had blank menus pop up 500 times on my phone. Okay. I watch adult films practically daily, and I've never had that happen to my phone. Okay? Even when I consume it on my phone, like, it's the worst excuse that he could have come up with. Like, it wasn't an excuse. He should have just said it was somebody else's phone. But this is one of my favorite stories of the week. In similar news, just awful people, Donald Trump has accused NBC's Lester Holt of fudging tapes of him, or the tape of him when he appeared on NBC News with Lester Holt, and confirmed that he fired James Comey because of the whole Russia thing, where he basically admitted to potentially obstructing justice. Now he's claiming that the tapes were fudged. Hello, NBC released those tapes in their entirety after that interview aired, Donald Trump is just an ignoramus. I love that word. Speaking of maybe not the brightest thing that she could have done, Nikita Dragun last week, popular YouTuber she is, was involved in that N-word scandal with Gabriel Zamora and Manny Mua and Laura Lee. Well, Nikita seemed to have escaped unscathed. However, just yesterday, she posted an Instagram story of her rapping along to a Nicki Minaj song where Nicki uses the N-word. Yes, Nikita did not rap along to that, but she knew the lyrics of the song well enough because she was rapping along to it. She knew that word was in there. If I was her, I would probably not have uploaded that Instagram story. She probably just did it for attention, right? Some people are upset at her. I wouldn't say I'm upset at her, but I mean, I don't think that's the kind of attention she needs right now. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You know, why am I talking like Cardi B? Cardi. All right, more scandal. I love it. It's so much scandal today. Miranda Lambert has dumped her married boyfriend, musician Evan Felker. She started dating him earlier this year while he was still married and while she was dating somebody else. A source tells People, whom I always think is the most reputable publication out there, quote, he did something that he knew she wasn't going to approve of. She assumed he did it and he didn't deny it. Translation, he probably was with his ex-wife, or his wife, they're still married to my knowledge, and called her, texted her, or just cheated on her. Hashtag karma. What did she expect? All right, on to more drama, but this one is with a happy ending. Countess Luann from The Real Housewives of New York will not be serving any jail time in her drunk driving arrest. She has just reached a plea deal, which will see her doing 50 hours of community service, 2 AA meetings per week. Excuse me. She cannot consume or possess illegal drugs and alcohol during her probation. She will attend a Mad Mothers Against Drunk Driving class and have paid her lawyer a lot of money. Money can't buy you class, but it can buy you out of jail. Ba-dum-bum. Speaking of legal matters, this is so upsetting to me. This actor, Shelley Malil, who is a 40-year-old virgin, has just spent the last 10 years in jail or so, not even 10 years, about 10 years, for attempted murder, stabbing his girlfriend 23 times. He was sentenced to 14 years to life, but available to be paroled after 14 years, and he served less than 10. This woman nearly died, and she says that now she's afraid for her safety. He better not be working in show business. You can forgive a lot of things, but not that. How do I segue? Across the pond, there we go, that's a good one. That's a good way to just move things along. Across the pond, Piers Morgan is upset that Cosmo UK has put plus-sized model Tess Holliday on their latest cover. He says, as Britain battles an ever-worsening obesity crisis, this is the new cover of Cosmo? Apparently, we're supposed to view it as a huge step forward for body positivity. What a load of baloney. So you're basically saying because a model is above the weight that is considered healthy, that she should be discriminated against? That she should be banned from being on the cover of a magazine because she doesn't fit within the parameters of what is healthy? What does that even mean? I mean, I'm not her doctor. Maybe her doctor says she is healthy. Her doctor probably knows more than Piers Morgan. I just love my new hair. In more wacky news, Scientologist Jenna Elfman credits her religion with her 23 years of happy marriage. I know enough about Scientology to say it's a scam and it's a joke of a religion. But hey, whatever works for you, Jenna Elfman. I'll have the link below so that you can read exactly what she says in its entirety. And you can also watch the clip from Big Brother, and I'll have the links to everything so you can see and watch and read down below. So click on those links. You know, I'm not the biggest Pete Davidson fan, but being reminded of what happened to him, I do have a lot of sympathy for him. His father passed away on September 11th. He was a firefighter. He was just 7 years old. And Pete revealed that when he was 9, he attempted to drown himself. He says, if my dad didn't die, I wouldn't be a comic. I'd be a construction worker in Staten Island or a basketball coach. I tried to drown myself in the pool when I was in 4th or 5th grade. I was trying to get my head stuck in the ladder in the deep end so I would not be able to get up. But I'm too much of a blank and my head is too small. Hey, nothing. I mean, at least he was able to find comedy, which has helped him. All right, ending things with a couple of Jenner segments because they lighten the mood. An update on Kendall Jenner and her boyfriend, Ben Simmons. I should now say ex-boyfriend because those two are over. An insider says Kendall and Ben's relationship is fizzling and dissipating due to scheduling conflicts. She's the top model. He's an NBA player. She's dated a lot of dudes. Nothing wrong with that. On to the next one. And also, finally, Kanye West reveals that he and Caitlyn Jenner are friends and friendly and text each other, and he sends her clothes. At least somebody in that family likes Caitlyn. All right, thank you for watching, friends. Teddy, come here. Come here, Teddy. Thank you for watching, friends. If you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, share, follow my personal channel. Follow me on Instagram, follow the website on Instagram. Get a cameo from me, and I love ya. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute.